Diamond speak a boo. Ooh, woo. I done fucked the crew. Ooh, woo. I done did the robbing. I done did the jacking. Now I'm full rapping. I put on my brothers. I put on my bitch. Had to wear the dress, cause I had a stick. You know where the bag at? Tell me where it is. I came from rats, the riches on the shit. I can no longer.
Hello, boys and girls. It is episode number 39, week 12 of this fantasy football season. Is it week 12?
Week 13.
Week 13.
Yeah.
Golly. Last week, coming down the home stretch, Victor Rodriguez is going to recap some playoff scenarios, who's in, who's out. So, Vic, you can take it and run with it.
Alrighty, so the four that's locked in guaranteed is the division champions, with the West going to the Genitals, East going to Gotemoji, South going to the franchise, and the North going to Switzer Sweets. So the bye weeks are locked in. You and Mike have those, so congratulations. No matter what, win or lose, that's it. Y'all are 1 and 2 seed.
Could we flip? Could we flip who's 1 and who's 2?
He beat you, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. So no.
Okay.
Yeah. So can't flip. So with that, the teams that are in the chase, the three main ones. There's also two other like minor ones, but the three main ones is Ainsley, Jason Charkatak, and Nick's Kicks. There's and Belichick Mate is the third one, not Nick's Kicks. Them are the three that's the win and in type of scenario. With one thing to happen, John is on the only one that needs help getting in, and then you have Nick's Kicks and Tiger on the outside looking in. So for Jason, if he wins, he's in. It's pretty simple for him and Ainsley. Ainsley, if he was to lose, he would need either Belichick Mate or Jason to lose as well. So he's pretty much got this seed locked in. John, he needs either Jason or Ainsley to lose, and he win and he'll get in. I don't know really the seedings for that. Probably go 5 and 6 with Ainsley for sure 5. For Nick's Kicks and Tiger, obviously they got to win their matchups, and for Nick to get in, he will need Ainsley to lose and outscore Ainsley by 70 points.
Holy shit.
And for Tiger, what he would need, if it came down to him, because it'll come down to him, pick of the litter, and he'll have to outscore Ainsley by 108.78 points. So,
okay.
I mean, I've seen a 200-point game in a standard league. I've seen it before. I participated in that league, so I've seen it happen.
Is Tiger going to score 180 points total?
I don't know. I guess we'll figure that out when we get to that game.
I guess if Ainsley takes out his entire lineup, Tiger has a chance.
Yeah.
Who's the points leader right now?
It is Gotemoji by 20 over Switzer Sweets. And then you're right behind them.
Okay.
And then I'm like at 7. So one of us is not like the other heading into the playoffs. That's okay.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's different ways that they can go about it. I just laid you out the simplest way. If they go to that FF Hub, they can put it in. So, like right now, I have Shark Attack and Ainsley Springer into the wild card, because Ainsley holds a tiebreaker over a majority of those teams except for Nick. But the only way they'll get in.
Yeah, but he's got to get outscored by 70 by Nick.
Yeah. And Ainsley is number 5 in scoring. So for the year.
Jesus.
I mean, basically he'll need what Ainsley did in week 5, put up 50 points, and do what Jason did this previous week and score 130. And then other teams to lose. He would need Jason to win. Hurt so good.
Whew.
it's a lot, but it can happen.
It is a lot. That's true.
But thankfully, I don't personally think he gets it. So I'm happy that Lamar Jackson and Michael Thomas aren't going to be in the playoffs. So there's not really a great quarterback scenario in the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely not in my world, which takes me to picks of the week. Myself against Nick's Kicks. I am 9-3. Nick is 5-7. As you know, Nick must win to have a chance to get in, and he needs to win and score a lot. He has Lamar Jackson. Never know if he might. I mean, there's a decent shot. He scores a lot between Lamar Jackson and Michael Thomas. I don't think he scores enough this week. I guess the week matters to me a little bit. It doesn't matter in any other form other than I don't know that I've ever won 10 games in this league. I don't think I've ever won double digits in this league. So that would be a nice piece of information that the librarian could pull up. But Victor, tell me who you got winning against me in Nick's Kicks.
I have. Hang on, my son. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Didn't want my dream getting on to me. No, I'll play it. I have Christian McCaffrey and the Genitals taking this one, putting a dagger into Nick's Kicks. It was already in there. He just pushed it all the way through. He's got great players, but I don't think he has enough to overcome what Christian McCaffrey and Leonard Fournette's going to do. Tough matchup for Fournette, but you don't need him. I think you could really sit him and get the W. So it's not much really to go into that. But he has Lamar Jackson going against the number 1 ranked defense, but defense don't matter against Lamar Jackson.
If I liked parity, I would just set my whole lineup, let Nick win, see what happens in the playoffs.
That's pretty much, yeah.
That could be strategy. I don't know if he can. I don't think he can do it personally, but
no, it'll just put him to 6 wins. So.
Yeah, be a long way. It'd be fun though, 6 and 7 to get in. That would be also a new feat for the league. So there you go. Vic's got the Genitals winning in his first pick of the week. Second up, we've got Switzer Sweets against Chark Attack. Oh man, I don't know that this game is particularly close. I think Chris takes Chark Attack down between Russell Wilson, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones. Chris has got a lot going for him this week, and I don't think that Drew Brees, Chris Godwin, or George Kittle for Chark Attack is just going to be enough to take down Switzer Sweets.
I agree with you. I don't like Chark Attack's chances. He's had a couple good runs, but I don't think he gets it done this week. I think that, like what you just said, Switzer Sweet just has too much going for him. I think that Josh Jacobs and them bounce back against Kansas City, so I like Switzer Sweets by probably a 15-point margin. I would say he gets this.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Straight Cash Homie against Goat-Emoji, 10-2 against 4-8. Another one that I don't know is particularly close. I think Prescott plays well against Buffalo. Dalvin Cook, obviously, for Goat-Emoji, has been really good all year long. He even just added Jimmy Garoppolo, so we'll see what he's got in store with Jimmy Garoppolo. But Straight Cash Homie, Tom Brady hasn't been. If he can make the playoffs, I think Tom Brady's got a pretty good playoff schedule. But he's obviously not making the playoffs at this point. And I don't know that this week is going to do him a lot other than put him in a tie for next to last, not last. So I've got Goat-Emoji pulling this out.
I have Goat-Emoji pulling out as well. I like the Dak Prescott versus Buffalo Bills. If you look on ESPN, they have not a favorable matchup, but Buffalo Bills haven't played any of the top 12 quarterbacks up to right now. I think the best quarterback they've played against was Tom Brady, and that's the division game. It was a run-heavy team. So I think that Dak Prescott will be a top 7 quarterback this week, and he will get past Straight Cash Homie, unfortunately. But I think this is being at 3 wins for him. I think it's a good thing for him. considering where he started.
Yeah.
And he might not finish last.
Yeah, I'm with you. He will not finish last because we've got one of our co-matchups of the week is the 2, 3, and 9 teams in a fight for last place. So it'll be interesting, I guess, to see what happens there. The franchise against pick of the litter. That is our next matchup. 7 and 5 against 6 and 6. Victor has secured a playoff spot. Ainsley has, in my opinion, all but secured a playoff spot. It's going to be a close one, but Victor, talk me through your matchup and tell me what you're thinking.
So this is really my bye week. I'm not really stressing over what I need to do to get a perfect matchup. There's nothing I can do to improve my seeding. So the only thing I have going for me is Ainsley's got some tough matchups with Aaron Rodgers. And also Julio Jones got a bump shoulder, might not play such short notice tomorrow. So I think that I got enough to help me win, but if I don't, it's okay. I mean, it's kind of like what your scenario with Nick. Kind of want to see what happens but we already know what happens if Ainsley wins. He will get a playoff spot and then next best record.
Yeah, the most interesting thing to me about this matchup is how many players Ainsley has on Thursday. He's got David Montgomery, Julio Jones, Marvin Jones, Michael Gallup, and the Bears defense, and his kicker. He has 6 players going. If he doesn't have a 70, 75-point lead with Aaron Rodgers left to play and Tevin Coleman left to play, and I don't know that he necessarily will. I think Victor, I think the franchise gets it done here, but it'll be. I might take a screenshot of like Ainsley Springer 1,000 and Victor Rodriguez 0 on Thursday night. So he's got a lot of guys going on Thursday. We'll see if he keeps them all in. From what he's got on the bench, I think he will. But if he doesn't, he's also got 4 other options on the bench for Thursday night. So Ainsley is going all in on Thanksgiving with his team. He's got the franchise. But I got the franchise taking him down for the week. So in our what I'm calling co-matchup of the week, we've got 2 teams that are 3 and 9. F the franchise against the Hood Rats. 3 and 9 versus 3 and 9. The loser takes last place, and the loser has a punishment coming their way. So I guess we'll see who takes that. So that's the most interesting thing to me going this week, outside of the matchup of the week. For a playoff spot, but F the franchise against the Hood Rats. Victor, talk to me.
I got F the franchise avoiding his second league punishment in his lifetime. I like Ezekiel Elliott big time tomorrow. He's going to be making his donation to the Salvation Army as they start kicking that off. And Cooper Kupp against Arizona. I like for them to bounce back in a huge way. They just got embarrassed on Monday Night Football. So I like Billy's team overall, but I think that Ezekiel Elliott puts F the franchise over the top, and Billy will fall to 3 and 10 on what looked like a promising season for him.
It did for a long time, but I'm with you. I think if the franchise wins it, I think it'll be closer probably than expected for the matchup. But God, Billy's he's got some tough holes going for this week. God, is he going to leave the Raiders defense in against Kansas City? Because they might go negative too. I don't know. It'll be interesting to watch that. But, I think overall, Jameis Winston, he's going to throw 2 picks because he loves to do that, but he's also going to throw 3 or 4 touchdowns. Get a bunch of points there. Cooper Kupp, I think, will bounce back. He had a bunch of targets last week. Didn't play great, but he had a bunch of opportunities, and I think he'll get a bunch more opportunities this week. And Robbie Anderson, kind of a sleeper pick for the Jets. God, Sam Darnold's been on fire here recently, and he's got Cincinnati. So I think F the franchise has got enough in the bag to get it done against the Hood Rats in the matchup. And if that all comes to light, that ultimately makes Billy the last place team for the year, and we'll be looking at a punishment. So that brings us to game of the week, Team Belichick mate against It Hurts So Good. 6-6 against 5-7. The only game that really potentially matters, just a whole lot for anybody. But it's a pretty good one, pretty close one, pretty tight one, I think. Could go either way, 50-50 in my opinion. But Victor, tell me what you got.
So I think that John is he's going to hurt this week and take a loss. His matchups, he's going to start DeAndre Hopkins against New England after they just shut down Amari Cooper. The Patriots defense hasn't allowed a top 12 wide receiver all year except for one, and that was to Golden Tate on basically a fall down route, and he took it to the house. I like that he took out Deshaun Watson and put in Kyler Murray. I think that was a pretty smart matchup for him, but I don't think he's got enough to overthrow Tiger with Carson Wentz, just a bruised hand. Everyone's been a top 5 quarterback except for Brian Hoyer going against Miami's defense, so I like Hurts So Good to get this one up pretty good. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to score more than 100 points than Ainsley Springer. So
Yep, I'm with you. I'm with you there. I'm not with you on the pick, though. I think Hodges gets it done. I like the start of Kyler Murray. He's obviously taken the Jets defense with the ab this morning. He's going to put them against Cincinnati, which is obviously a fine matchup. I think Hodges gets to 7-6 here. Tyreek Hill will play well. DeAndre Hopkins' play is going to be tough against New England, but I guess you can make the argument that they need to feed DeAndre Hopkins to really have a chance. So potentially, obviously they've been hitting DeAndre Hopkins underneath a lot more than they've been hitting over the top. So there may be a little bit there. But Phillip Lindsay, Mark Ingram, I think Hodges has got enough to get it done this week and take down Joe Tiger, spoiling his opportunity, his potential chance at making the playoffs. So
if they would have started a kicker in week 1, it could have been a world of difference maker for that kid.
There you go.
And for the seedings, you could be having a number 1 seed right now.
That's right. That's right.
So with your picks, you have John Hodges as the 5th seed and pick the litter as the 6th seed. With my picks, I have Ainsley as the 5th seed and Shark Attack as the 6th seed. Mm-hmm. And I'll set it up. So
it'll be interesting to keep track of it. Bunch of games on the schedule tomorrow for Thursday. Obviously, I've got a bunch of Thursday players going, which I freaking hate. But it'll be all right. We'll make it through. But looking forward to the playoffs. It's been a good year. Been a good season so far. As you guys saw, Mr. Ainsley Springer is going to be leaving us this year. So be kicking around potential fill-ins. If you've got some people to nominate for that, we do vote on that as a league, and we will do that. But we are going to miss Ainsley Springer. I think he has been a very good addition to the league this year. I think he played hard, had a really good team, and he's always been involved, I believe, in chats and keeping it real on the chat with everybody. So I've appreciated what Ainsley's done with the league this year, and we will miss him very much. So
I agree with you. Great addition to the league for 2 years.
Yeah. Well, that's what I got. Victor, last word?
Thankfully for the Los Angeles Rams, they got that sack. Because I'd be a hot mess right now.
Oh, my God.
I'd be needing a win tonight, and I would need Joe Tiger to win. So
I think if they'd have left Lamar Jackson in for one more drive and he would have gotten another touchdown, you would have lost also.
Yeah.
Because if they'd have went 48, if they'd have gave up 48 or more, it would have been another point off the top, I believe.
Yes. So the fact that they sent Justin Tucker out there, I was kind of relieved.
Oh yeah. Well, Robert Griffin III sucks, so
I lost some life that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in a world of hurt.
I did see the fun fact that in the last 3 games, Baltimore has punted twice in the last 3 games, and both of the drives they punted on were Robert Griffin led. Lamar Jackson has not led a drive that did not end in points, or I guess a turnover on Dallas potentially, in 3 games. So Well, that's what we've got for episode 39, week 13. Next week we'll start the playoffs, so this will be your playoff edition. The big 4-0 for the Wink Weekly will be next week. But that's it for episode 39. Best of luck to everybody, unless you're playing. It doesn't matter this week.
Yeah, it don't matter this week. We're in the playoffs.
Best of luck to
Thanksgiving,
Best of luck to nobody.
Happy Thanksgiving. You
That's
got 2 weeks off.
Yeah, there you go. We're
Wow.
just hanging out.
God damn it.
Yep. All right, we'll see you guys.
See ya.
All right, Victor.
Weezy out of here. Diamond speaker boo. Ooh woo. I done fucked the crew. Ooh woo. I done did the robbing. I done did the jacking. Now I'm full rapping. I put on my brothers. I put on my bitch. Had to wear the dress, cause I had a stick. You know where the bag at? Tell me where it is. I came from rats, the riches on the shit. I can no longer disguise a bitch, cause I'm rich. I got cause galore, little bitch, cause I'm rich. I escaped every one of the list, cause I'm supposed to be rich. I don't care about no cop, I'm telling you just how it is. Put it in a Uber, send it to a shooter. Ask me how they do it, kicking shit right you can. Put it in a cab, send it to an A-Rap. Hit him with the mat now, now his whole body scalp. Cash on delivery. Hey, go talk of the century. Oh, no time but gibberish. All the